We got freedom to gain, we feed them the game. Turn on New Freedom Exchange, we freeing your brain. They tryna shackle your mind, no half of us blind. Remember the past, but never go backwards in time. The ancestors lived through us, they help us build a model community. New Africa is soon to be. So tune in to Sister Marsha, Mujahideen, Imam Bilal to get your cultural enlightenment now.
Welcome back to another edition of New Freedom Exchange, your cultural expression for social dignity and community empowerment. I'm your co-host, Mujahideen, here with...
Assalamu alaikum, Sister Marsha.
Wa alaikum assalam, everyone. Welcome. New Freedom Exchange, live and direct, and welcome to New Freedom February. And
New
also
Freedom
happy
February.
Drum roll.
And also happy Black History Month as well. We are proud to be here, continuing our legacy that we're building here on this platform, and with you all to again highlight our heroes and sheroes, and those who are still living with us, those who are still in our ranks with us, and still making positive contributions to humanity and to the global society at large. So please go ahead and share this live stream to your friends and family on Facebook. If you're tuned in on Facebook, like us on New Freedom Exchange and New Freedom Network, and do the same on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, New Freedom Exchange and New Freedom Network on YouTube. How's everyone doing?
Doing well. It's nice and chilly outside. I'm a winter person, so I like the weather. I'm not bothered one bit. Got a chance to walk out in it today because my lovely car would not start. And I had to get to the nail salon. So I kindly trucked my way with my feet to the nail salon in the cold. But I mean, I don't mind it. I know people were like my assistant at work, she's always freezing. This girl's always freezing. So, she was just like, oh, it's so cold outside. I'm like, girl, this is great for me because most of the time I'm sweating. But other than that, things are good. My daughter called me this week to tell me that she so there's this program called Alternative Spring Break where they go somewhere else in the country and they do like a service project. So she's going to Mississippi and she got accepted into the program. So I'm so happy.
Good.
To be going somewhere she's never gone before, but also that she chose to do that for spring break, to do something different. So just makes me proud that, she chose to do that. And then my Amina is taking driving lessons and I don't know what to do because they're getting older and I'm getting better. And, we're going to have to figure out this new way of being because I'm trying to figure out why they're getting so old that they are driving now.
Get out the way. It's okay. I'm not a fan of the cold, by the way. A little frosty. I did have to cut my hair down a little bit, take it down. I was out here in the cave, in the mountains. No comment. Let's keep it like that. It's about to unload. But no, everything is good. I don't know of anything creative that happened this weekend. just the regular everyday thing. I know we got a lot of events coming up in New Freedom February, celebrating African American History Month, and so near the end of the show, we'll give some announcements. Our guest today is coming from far away. It's real early in the morning, so we're gonna have Bilal give his update, and then we'll get right to our guest, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah, everything was well this week. Bless it. Work. But we attended a very inspiring Jummah Khutbah yesterday, given by Council Member Imam Mustafa Brent of East Orange, New Jersey. So if you haven't checked it out, go back to Mash Muhammad Newark's Facebook page and check it out in its entirety. Definitely a very inspiring khutbah, and we look forward to having Council Member Imam Mustafa Brent on with us sometime, inshallah, in March to get his story as well. And share that with me.
I missed it, but I was getting text, so I know it was on fire. I got the text like, sis, did you hear it? And I was like, no, I missed it. So I definitely got to go back and listen.
Yeah, go back and listen. Alhamdulillah. And today I had my second orientation with parents who are interested in enrolling their children, their males and female scholars into our mentoring program. So I'm happy that we had a good attendance out on Zoom today. We look forward to being in person and kicking things off next Saturday, inshallah. So very excited for that. So without no further ado, we do have a very special, very, very special guest with us today, coming live from Medina, Al Manara, the city of enlightenment, the city of the first established model community for the Muslims in the city of Medina. Sheikh Khalid Amin, who it's not a foreigner to this platform. He's been on here before, but we bring him on because he has something very special that he wants to share. That he's working on a special program and his book also, but a special program is tied to the book. So without no further ado, let us bring on Sheikh Khalid Amin.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How y'all doing?
Good. Nice to have you back.
Good to see y'all. Allahu Akbar.
Like you being home.
Yes, alhamdulillah.
This is like you being home. You know, when I was thinking about us preparing for this interview, you know, I was like, okay, you know, we're gonna be talking about the good things that you have going on, but it also just brought my mind back to the fact that we are celebrating what we call New Freedom February, and there's quite a bit of history that you have in the Muslim community. And there's a lot of talk that I've been hearing recently around like the Muslims' history being told in the public. I saw a few people make commentary about what you do and don't see when you go to the African American Museum in DC, and you know the breadth of the story is not told. And it made me just think about, okay, today we're doing this interview with you, but you have a history in this community that's valuable to the public hearing as well. And we know about what you've done in terms of the selling the papers in the Muslim Journal, right? So
yes.
For our listeners, for our audience who don't know you, tell us who you are and sort of give us, you know, a brief history of you.
Yes, well, I'm Khalid Amin now. I was given my name by Imam Muhammad in 1975 with the rest of the 1,000 paper sellers from all over America. We had dinner at the Imam's house in Chicago. He called us in to have dinner with him. So my name before that was Rodney 9X from Temple number 7C from Brooklyn. I came into the Nation of Islam in 1969 under Mr. Muhammad. And I started selling 1,000 papers in 1972 in Temple 7B in Corona. So I sold 1,000 papers for 7 years, 1,000 papers a week for 7 years, until we went to Saudi Arabia to study Islam in 1979. So we were all over the country selling. We started in New York. We started in Queens. Selling on Supton Boulevard, the motor vehicles. Jamaica Avenue was our spot on Jamaica Avenue. The train stations on 168th Street and Hillside, Supton Boulevard, Parsons Boulevard and Hillside, and Supton's Boulevard and Hillside. And all of these places that we sold and gave dawah, masjids came up in these places. And the people that build the masjids, they have no clue who established Islam in that area before they even came into existence. So we was out there bringing Islam to the people. We had the pulse of the people. We was out there every day, rain, snow, hail, or earthquake. We was out there with our people bringing them to Islam. So we did that for many years, and then, like I said, in 1975, the Imam came in office. Many of the leaders in the community were in doubt. You know, this the leadership we're going to follow. Well, we wasn't in doubt because we were soldiers. And guess what? Whoever was in charge, we was going to follow him 100%. But it was just a blessing that Imam Muhammad, may Allah have mercy on him, was in charge, because he brought us to the right path. So after he came, in fact, he came to a FOI meeting in New York before Mr. Muhammad died. He said, the sheep know my voice and the shepherds are confused. But we stood up and said, teach, brother minister. They said, here go them crazy paper sellers. They losing it again. So I went to one of the ministers. I said, did you hear them? You hear what we heard? The boss was talking. He said, brother, I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Muhammad Muhammad is the boss, brother. So a lot of people was in doubt when the Imam came in office. They didn't know which way to go, you know, but we wasn't in doubt. When we heard his voice, we knew who he was. From the command of his voice, what he was telling us, we knew it was the truth. We was ready to die with it. In fact, we went back into the streets after Mr. Muhammad died and went to the baddest people in the streets, hoping they would say something about Mr. Muhammad. And they was, you know, people had a lot of love and respect. And so that's what we did. The Imam, every city he went in, we went in that city a month before he got there and introduced him to the people. The people in the mosque didn't introduce him to the people. We introduced them to the people. And nobody gave us a dime to do it. We did it fi sabilillah. Now we come back, after we leave Mecca, come back, they want to know who you following. I said, you better go in the library and check out your history. If you know your history, you don't ask me who am I following. So it was a lot of, you know, every time we come around the Imam, they want to put a security on us. Like we come to hit the Imam, we coming to do something to the Imam. There's a lot of foolishness. So that's who we are. We the soldiers that came out of the NOI, Nation of Islam. You know, we came with the Imam when he came in office and established him. And we didn't just leave him, because I went to the Imam before I left for Mecca and said, brother Imam, I'm about to go study. He said, we need brothers like you here. I said, I'm going to bring 3 brothers to you to take my place till I get back. That was Imam Pasha in New York, Warith and Hassan. I brought them to Chicago in their truck. And I hooked them up with the Imam. I said, these are the brothers that will take care of you and push your program until I get back. So that's the history.
Wow. I mean, it's so much more, you know, that could be said, but I mean,
yes,
that's a heck of a summary. I mean, you know, it's a testament again to our history in this country, which, you know, we want to preserve. This is why we do these programming, you know, for the public. It's not for, this platform is for the public, so therefore they can people.
You know, we went to Chicago. We went to Chicago, and they asked somebody to speak, to say something to the FOI. This was in '75. We went to dinner. So Usman Sharif was with us from Newark. So I told Usman, I said, go ahead, say something. He said, you better get up there and say something. So I got up there and started talking. I said, listen, we challenge the FOI right now in the midwinter in Chicago. We challenge y'all to sell 1,000 papers a week. We take y'all out right now. So E2 said to me, say, do you brothers think that y'all can do that in this cold weather? I said, brother, we'll do it anywhere in the world. What you mean? They said, we're going to give you, 4 of us stay behind. We give you 4,000 papers. We want to see if you can sell them in Chicago. We didn't know nobody in Chicago. We didn't know where to go in Chicago. We sold 4,000 papers in 6 days in Chicago. And they told us downtown is off limits. You can't go downtown and sell papers in Chicago. So we started at the train stations. We said, we're going to open up downtown. We started at the train stations on the Dan Ryan. and sold for 2 days at the train stations. By the time we got downtown, it was open. So that's how we got our reputation in Chicago, selling 4,000 papers in the dead winter. Myself, Salim Majai from Harlem, Omar Mimra, and Nilain Muhammad. There was 4 of us. No, Nilain Muhammad wasn't with me at that time. It was Bashir Ali from Queens.
So Sheikh Khalid, man. I mean, you're getting us all riled up over here, man. Getting fired up. So I just want to know. I mean, because I've been in meetings with my father, who came in at the Telling Nation of Islam as well, and he would talk to other people who admired, our community from the outside, and they would ask this common question, like, what was it that made y'all have that type of commitment, have that type of energy to go out there and face all these type of opposition, whether the people, the environment, and so forth and so on? Can you speak to that? Because we have this next generation.
It was the belief. It was the belief that we had the truth. It was the belief that we had the message to bring, to a message of life, to bring to our people, to bring them out of the mud, foolishness, ignorance, and bring them into light of Islam. And our job was to save our people at all costs. So we gave everything we had, day and night. On the weekends, we sold 3 days with no sleep. We was out there. They thought we was out of our minds. Y'all is crazy. No, we was on fire. Our spirit was high. You understand? We wasn't taking no no's. And all we wanted to hear was something positive. Allah gave that to us through the work of dawah, a love for Islam, a love for wanting to bring the people to the truth. But we lost that. That's why we developed this book called The Lost Art of the Call of Islam. We're trying to bring this spirit and this zeal back so we can get this truth to the people.
And so I appreciate you sharing that, Sheikh Khalid, because as you were talking, and you kind of mentioned it just now, like that seems to be the divide between the generations, right? Is that there was this love, a communal love, right? A love outside of just your individual self, but one for your people too, right? To be able to pull them into something that you believed in your heart was better. And that's something that I do see in terms of a generational difference that has shifted, is that it's more of I accept Islam for me individually, but I don't necessarily, and when I say I guess I'm talking like a generational right? Like I don't necessarily have a desire to pull other people into it unless they want it, so that is a difference. And so you bring up the book, right? And so tell us a little bit more about this book, your intentions for it, and then go into that.
Okay, well, it's designed, to revive the spirit of Islam, because when a person is involved in giving dawah, they must be aware that they're dealing with hearts and souls, not just bodies, hearts and souls. They're dealing with deep spiritual sicknesses and issues. They are dealing with the seen and unseen world within themselves and others. So we need Allah's guidance each step of the way. So this giving dawah is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Ibrahim alayhi salam to do. Now, when Ibrahim was in Mecca and Allah told him to call the people of Islam, who was there? There was nobody there. But he followed Allah's instructions and he made the call. And Allah said they will come riding, walking, on foot. They will answer your call. So now how many years later are people still answering the call of Ibrahim? What was in Mecca when Ibrahim made that call? Was there hotels? Or the nice buildings? There was nothing in Mecca. was only the Kaaba. They built the Kaaba. But after he made that call, after he gave them dawah and called the people to Allah, everything is in Mecca now. So you want to establish a community, you want to call people to Allah. Allah will bring you everything you need. We were told in the nation, the best is yet to come. You'll bring your doctors, you'll bring your lawyers, you'll bring your engineers, you'll bring your educators. Everybody you need will come and establish what you need to establish. But the first is to call them to Allah, dawah. Then after dawah, you establish the salat. After you establish salat, that's when the community comes together. Everything will come. If we invite people to our, Mr. Muhammad called people to what we knew was Islam, and everything came to him. And that's how he established what he established from the call. Now we done got so heavy, we done left the call. We got to call nobody to Islam for what? We left the call. We left the basis, the core of the Deen, to call people to Allah, not to your community, not to your imam, not to your sheikh, but to call people to Allah. وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّا دَعَا اللَّهُ وَعَمِلُوا صَالِحًا وَقَالَ إِنَّنِي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. And who is not better than the one who calls people to Allah and does righteous deeds and says that I'm from amongst the Muslims. So this book that we have is reviving the spirit of dawah. And the goal of this seminar is to give students important keys to reach and touch the hearts and souls of humanity and preserve keys of dawah which have been lost because of inactivity in the field. We're not active in the field. How are you going to preserve something and you're not doing it? A guy told me one time, one of my students said, I have a 7th degree black belt in karate. I said, wow, man, that's amazing. I said, how often do you practice? He said, I haven't practiced in 7 years. I said, well, you don't have anything. So the key is trying to get our spirit regenerated and active in the field of dawah. So this is what we're trying to do through this. And I want to mention something. A friend of mine, Sheikh Jami, told me one time, he said, I want to take you to a jazz concert. James Carter is in town. He's playing at a concert. So I went with him to the jazz concert. And he asked me, he said, what'd you think about it? I said, well, he sound good, but something's missing. He said, well, what was missing? I said, well, I can't tell you that. I can't tell you what's missing. Make a long story short, about 5 years later, I met an old jazz musician from Jersey, and I was telling him the story. And he was on Hajj. He told me, I could tell you what was missing. I said, well, what do you think was missing? He said, the younger people didn't get the transmission from the elders. They didn't stay long enough to get the transmission. So they don't have the true transmission, the spirit. They don't have that. They didn't get that part. So this is why we need the older people so we can get the transmission of Islam from them. The root, the sauce, the spirit, the zeal. We can get that from them. It's more than just a word. So this book, we're trying to revive the spirit of Islam and the spirit of dawah, calling humanity back to Islam. This is the idea of the book.
Alhamdulillah. And with that being said, I want to pull up. Oh, whoa, that's not where I want to pull up. I do want to pull up the flyer of the actual book.
I'll get it.
We have that actually in the queue. So while we pull that up, because we want to talk about the 12-week Dawah course that Sheikh Khalid Amin has ready and is willing to continue accepting students, and the importance of expanding our knowledge, and also the expanding the zeal, as he spoke about giving dawah, proper dawah, to our beloved brothers and sisters who are out there. They're in search. They're in search for the truth. They're in search of something that they're missing. People are suffering not just from physical ailments, but they're also suffering from the spiritual element of the society. And we want to al-Islam, we want to call them to al-Islam proper, with the proper guidance and the proper approach to that, because there's an approach to that. There's a science to it. There is a science to how to call someone to al-Islam, and it's just not forcing them. It's a natural occurrence, right, Sheikh Khalid?
That's right.
It's
That's
natural.
Right.
It's natural for you guys. It was natural for you guys to do what you all did and continue to do, because you were all from the neighborhood, you were from the community, and it was natural. You got inspired by what you guys heard from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, but you took it to the next level and went out there and actually said, well, this is what we want to do. This is what needs to be done. We need to call the people to al-Islam at the time. Let's be clear. Let's be really clear that was al-Islam at the time for us. At the time before 1975. It wasn't, we saw it through a different lens. It wasn't the lens of al-Islam that, the Prophet Muhammad SAW brought. It was not. That didn't come into 75. So let's be clear that was a preparation. It was a preparation for us to get prepared. A lot of people miss that. It was a preparation. It was to prepare us for al-Islam proper. That's what I'm saying, for al-Islam, the Quran, the character and the life of the Prophet Muhammad SAW. Now we have that, but it seems, as Sheikh Khalid said, that once we got it, that some people or some of us got a little too comfortable. So we don't call the people. Right. We don't call the people no more to al-Islam proper. What I'm saying. And can you talk a little bit about that, Sheikh?
Well, as we say, we left our posts without being properly relieved.
Okay.
As Muslims, our job is to call people to Allah.
Right.
In the nation, people saw us change our lives. They saw the shine on our face. They saw us leave the streets, and they saw us clean ourselves up, and they saw us wearing suits and saying, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Even our cursing stopped. The drugs, the wine, all of that stuff. So when people saw that, they were inspired to want to know, what is it that changed you? Because they saw the change. So we as Muslims, we need to get back on our posts. See, we're talking Islam, but living it is something totally different. You can talk all day, but action speaks louder than words. People need real, live Muslims to be in touch with them, to smile at them. Good morning. How you doing? What's happening, brother? How you feeling today? Real live people in their lives. Now we walk around as dead as the non-Muslims. Like we don't have no life. No, we're supposed to have the truth, the Quran, the Sunnah of the Prophet. We're supposed to be the livest thing moving. People are supposed to see us and get just fired up by seeing us. We acting like we lost our best friend and ain't got no money in our pocket and, just acting miserable. Nobody want to be around that. You can have nothing, just one suit to wear, looking clean, and your spirit is high. People want to be with you. But no, I don't know. It seems like our spirit has died. Our spirit is dead. I don't know what's going on with us. Where's the life in us? People should feel alive when they see us. They should be happy. Here's a Muslim. You don't eat no pork. You know, he don't drink no wine. He ain't smoking no reefer. I mean, he ain't supposed to be smoking none. A lot of Muslims, they puffing up and all kind of stuff nowadays. But we should be an inspiration to the community, and we should be in touch with them. They should see and feel our love, And this is what we need to do. We need to get back on our posts. We've left our posts. We need to get back on it.
So would you say also that the dawah or the invitation is also to the Muslims also, right?
Definitely. That was to everyone, Aki. Yes, sir. Listen, I was in Newark one time. I went to a coffee shop. And they was in there playing chess and everything, packed up in there. I said, damn, look like all these niggas look like y'all are Muslims. They said, yeah, assalamu alaikum, brother, we Muslims. I said, I'm coming with a bus to take all y'all niggas back to the mosque, to the temple. You know what they said to me? They said, when you coming, brother? They was ready. But I ain't have no bus. I was just traveling, so I couldn't do that. But what I'm saying is a lot of people are just ready, waiting for someone to come and pick them up and take them. They don't need no conversation. But we're not active like that anymore. Our minds are in something else. Well, Allah, this is a great blessing and honor to be able to do the work of the prophets, to call people to Allah. There's no better job. You can't get a better job working for Allah. Guy told me one day in Queens on Supton Boulevard, he said, Mister, I've been watching you for a year. If you come work with me for a year, I'll make you a millionaire overnight. I said, what do you do? He said, I sell women beauty products. I said, I tell you what, let me get back with you tomorrow. He came to me the next day. He said, are you ready to start working with me? I said, you know what? I have a boss that takes good care of me, and I don't think I can leave this boss. He said, man, who is your boss? I said, Allah, the Lord of the worlds. He's my boss. He said, damn, I wish I could have you work with me, brother. So that's the kind of spirit we need. We need to get that spirit back. You understand that we love Allah, we love the Prophet, we love the people, we love doing the betterment of them. You know, whatever. The guy came to me one day and said, listen, I've been watching you out here. This was in Ann Arbor. He said, I've been watching you out here for years. What are you about? I said, come on and have some coffee. So we had some coffee. I told him, I'm about anything positive. If it's negative, I'll get back with you later. I got a PhD in negativity. He said, damn, that's nice, man. I like that, brother. I'm an engineer. He said, I'm an engineer. He came back to me 6 months later and said, assalamu alaikum, brother, I'm Muslim. So you see the positive spirit and the interaction with the people. You won't even have to tell them about Islam. You will affect their lives just by being Muslim. And this is what we need. We've lost this. We've lost this. We need to reconnect with Allah, reconnect with the Sunnah of the Prophet, reconnect with the people. Let the people know we love them. You know, even if he's a dope fiend, you show love and respect to the dope fiend. Get him some food, give him some coffee, treat him nice. One brother told me my own mother never said anything good to me in my whole life. They're hungry and looking for something, and we have what they're looking for, and we hiding with it. Won't even bring it out, give it to them.
Yes, sir. So we've been listening. New Freedom Exchange is your cultural expression for social dignity, community empowerment. We thank you all for those who have joined us. Please let us know where you're watching us from. We've been blessed to been graced with our dear Sheikh Khalid Amin. He's calling all the way from Medina. He's addressing the importance of the lost call of Dawah, and he has a new book out, and he also has a corresponding course to go along with it, taught from the book directly himself. It's a 3-month program, 12 weeks, once a week, 2 hours per class. It's via online, so you can join from anywhere around the world. You can join in on this class.
And the benefits of the course is a physical, mental, and spiritual healing. Is a knowledge of the Creator and understanding human beings, and learn through humorous, fun, and reliable sources. All right, and also you will learn how to work with people at their level. We were just talking about that. Developing lifelong habits for the better. Listen first. That's so key, crucial in our way of life. You know, the story of Musa alayhi salam and the green one. You know, he was supposed to listen, and that got cut short because he couldn't be patient. Listen first, the benefits of silence and how to communicate with the hearts. Facilitate people's path to guidance and not to be a hindrance. Be a source of encouragement and positivity for others. Increase your zeal, your drive, and your focus for you to become a catalyst for good as well as a motivation for others. Understand the spirits people carry with them and how to approach them or refrain accordingly. Approach various scenarios with wisdom and consideration. And lastly, stay in consultation and teach in creative ways. So the link we will have in the comment section to sign up for the Dawah course. 12 weeks. You get nothing better than this at a reasonable price. What is it, $130, Sheikh?
Yes, sir. You purchase
$130.
your own book online.
Yep, purchase your own book online, 12-week Dawah course. That's the Google Doc. I'm sure we'll have it copied and pasted into the comment section. So those who are listening and those who watch the replay, go ahead and sign up. Sign up. Even if you don't do Dawah that way, you don't want to get out and do it. There's a lot of benefits in this course that, you know, I already see by the description that can benefit us as individuals.
You know what I wanted to say? Dawah is a smile for a person that's having a hard time.
Yes.
Dawah is helping an old woman carry her packages to her car because she's sick.
That's right.
Dawah is opening the door for a lady and letting her come through.
That's right.
Dawah is helping a blind person cross the street.
Mm-hmm.
So Dawah is more than we think that Dawah, you got to give a 2-hour talk on Dawah. And Dawah could be something very simple, very simple to help another human being. Just your presence, your demeanor is Dawah, how you carry yourself. Saying yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. That's Dawah in itself. So there's many ways to give Dawah, not just preaching and talking. And you know what? Even if you're shy, a person that's not outgoing, once you get started on this giving Dawah, you know, it'll enlighten you. It'll enlighten you, make you a person. You'll learn more about yourself than you ever knew even existed within yourself. It'll bring out qualities in you that you didn't know existed. So Dawah is beautiful. It's something sweet. And the more you do it, the more you'll love it. Because we have family we have to give Dawah to that are non-Muslims, whether they are parents, some of us, cousins, uncles. You know, it's something that we have to develop because we want to invite all of humanity to Islam. So we do that through our manners, our character, and the way we treat the way we carry ourselves and treat other human beings.
Alhamdulillah. Excellent. So here's the short link. We just made a short link. You could just put in tinyurl.com/the Call of Islam course, and you'll get that same Google form. We just made a short link. We'll also put it in the comments. You could just click on the link, and you can sign right up, inshallah.
Yeah, sign up, please. So support this type of programming, this type of initiative, because it's crucial for us to get this kind of information. What better to come from the source or the sources of those who coming from that experience, who lived that experience, and they sacrificed a lot in this cause of Allah, to call people to al-Islam, and you learn so much by just listening, reading, and getting that information from those first-hand sources, man. First-hand source, man. So alhamdulillah, we are very happy about this opportunity and to be able to share this opportunity to our audience and to those who watch us and around the world, around the country. And then inshallah, we'll get more people registered for this course stateside as well. We wanted those people living in the States here in North America, New York, Newark, Houston, Atlanta, Detroit, LA, wherever you're at, Chicago, wherever you're at in this country, please consider signing up for this course, because
and don't be surprised if we pop up and try to take you to the field. See, we ain't just talking. Those who know, and those who have been there, and those who have tasted what we're talking about, they know when we get there, it's on. Ain't no conversation, it's on. Yes.
1,000 papers a week.
Yes, sir.
4,006 days.
Yes, sir.
That's a hell of a salesman.
They went to Chicago, Aki.
It's cold right now here in New York. Y'all probably be selling papers right now in New York.
Yeah.
It's like 2 degrees over here, man.
But you know what? If Allah gives you the spirit, it's nothing that you can't accomplish, brother.
There it is.
Nothing that you can't accomplish.
There it is.
They say if a believer tells a mountain to move, the mountain will move. Now you tell me what we can't do. You tell me why we don't have businesses. You tell me why we don't have schools. You tell me why we don't have this. Ain't no excuse. Up, you mighty nation, you can accomplish what you will. That's what we was given. We didn't have a whole lot of Islam, but what we had, we put it to work. We tested the waters, and we know that it works. Brothers had businesses. Brothers had all kind of things we were doing. We even had a police in Brooklyn. Leonard Weir was in charge of the African-American police Muslims. Imam Suleiman's wife's father was with them. Them brothers were soldiers, brother. They come out of Brooklyn. So there's nothing we can't do. We have to tap the society. Society's waiting for us as Muslims to come back in their lives as we did before when we had a little pinch of Islam. Now you got the whole book of Allah. You got the Sunnah of the Prophet, and we can't muster up, you understand, the strength to do hardly anything. There's no excuse. No excuse. Let's get busy and get back to inviting people to Allah.
Allahu Akbar. I think that's a great way to segue into our announcements before we give our salams and our last comments. We do have some programming coming up in here stateside I would like to share. Mujahideen, I'll share the first one here. First Sunday Ta'aleem service happening February 5th is tomorrow. This is Masha Aliman. This is Resident Imam Abdul Alim Razak, who will be having a Ta'aleem service. An honored guest speaker will be Executive Director Saladin Maksut of CARE, New Jersey. And the discussion will be the 2022 awarded chapter's vision and mission. And they'll be going over some things there at CARE. So stop on by. Is in person and also virtual. So the Zoom meeting information is there along with it's in person. So come on down to Jersey City, Masha Aliman. We also have Masha Deen. They have their first Sunday class, which will be on Zoom, Quranic and Islamic Studies, Community Life and Development. That's on Zoom from 1:30 to 2:30 Eastern. The Zoom information is there. Topic is conceptual wholeness, finding unity within our diversity. All right. What happened there, man? Cover our whole faces, Aki. What happened there, man? Imam Shmuel Shamsi covers our whole face, man.
The full customer, man.
Okay. Full customer. Mosque Airs, first Sunday, live and direct tomorrow with one of another pioneer, former secretary in the Nation of Islam, former secretary at Temple Number 7, Malcolm Shabazz. Imam Ishmael Shamsuddin will be presenting tomorrow on the foundation of Al-Islam in America as part of the Mosque Airs first Sunday. That will be at 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm going to let you handle the rest, Imam Mujahideen. There's a couple more in there.
Oh yeah, well we have this one here. I don't know, Marsha, if you want to give this a shout out.
Yeah, so ISLA, the Islamic Schools League of America, is having an essay contest celebrating African and African American Muslim history. It's a contest for middle schoolers to put together a PowerPoint presentation about, excuse me, about a either an African or an African American Muslim and their contributions to a historical movement or issue. And that contest started on January the 16th, but it will end this Wednesday, February the 8th. So if you have a middle schooler, 6th grade through 8th grade, who is interested in submitting a PowerPoint presentation to this contest, please have them get their submission in. There will be a judging of these presentations, and then there will be a selection of winners from this. And I think this is a great opportunity to have our children explore the contributions of Africans and African Americans, Muslims, to the general society, which, you know, sometimes gets overlooked. And we talked about that a little bit at the beginning of this show. So I think it helps to bring things full circle that we also have a contribution to Islam that is noteworthy.
And we have the Clara Science Academy. This is welcoming a great opportunity, non-enrolling K-8, a full-time day school. Clara Science Academy is call 1-800-567-5110, 1-800-567-5110, or go to the website at clarascienceacademy.com to find out more information about that program. We have Savior's Day coming up. Savior's Day is coming up. Savior's Day is coming up February the 25th. This topic is building sustainable family and community life. That will be happening February 25th. Mosque Airs. You register online. This will be an online virtual event, and you see all the speakers that will be presenting there, and there'll be vending opportunities as well for those who have businesses as well. Last but not least, we got two more. I cannot forget that we will be honoring at Masjid Muhammad Newark. We'll be having a special event day series Friday, February 10th, 2023 at 1:15 p.m. There'll be a Jummah book signing with Imam Qasim Amin Nathari, but also that Saturday, February the 11th from 2 to 6, protecting the narrative of our shared history, a conversation with Muslim community pioneer Sheikh Wali Muslim. Sheikh Wali Muslim will be interviewed by our dear beloved Imam Abdul Salam Muhammad, formerly known as Minister Carlos Muhammad for the Nation of Islam. He will be interviewing him, Wali Muslim, and also our moderator will be Imam Qasim Amin Nathari. Lastly, we will be here. New Film Exchange will be here. We'll be streaming this event. This is the Jazz and Comedy Gala fundraiser, a spirit of renewal for Masjid Deen in Irvington, New Jersey. Imam Wahiddin Sharif is the resident imam there, and we'll be there live and direct. It's February 25th, 2023 at 6:30. Tickets for single people are $110. For married couples, it's $200. It will be online and again in person, and also in person. And guest speaker will be resident imam of Masjid Wafiddin Muhammad in Houston, Imam Dr. Wazir Ali. Comedian will be Preacher Moss, and jazz will be by, I can't see her name. Is it Zakia? Marsha, help me. Someone help me.
Help me.
Super small.
We're going to do a whole promo. We're going to do a whole promo show.
It's a whole promo show for this.
Coming out on the 18th.
I cannot see her name. I think it's Sister Zakia. She has a jazz band. She will be
Yes, I see
performing.
Sister Zakia on the flyer. Yes, and so we will not be live that day here in this space
No.
on the show. But if you are interested in seeing that that comedy jazz gala, then make sure you get your tickets because there will be a virtual viewing of it.
Mhm.
So you can check us out in that space because we'll be there that day.
Yes,
There was one
absolutely.
more file, lost files right here. This is also coming up. Yusuf
Oh,
Shah Islamic Center invites you to a weekend promoting Quranic leadership. Invited guests, Imam Suleiman Salam. He's the resident imam of Al Haq Islamic Center of Kansas City, Missouri. So he'll be there. This is February 10th at 12:15 for the Juma. And then Saturday, the 11th, they'll be there at 6 p.m. Their topic is reflecting on our community past, present, and future. So there's a lot of information, a lot of opportunity to connect, to reunite, to recommit. And as our dear Sheikh just said, tap into the elders, tap into the previous generations to get that spirit, that fire, to really push out what we got to push out.
Yeah, I was just about to say too that all of those announcements were like sort of like in the spirit of what Sheikh Khalid was sharing with us, right? To really like get out there and do the work, right? Yeah, they're events and they're fundraisers, but bring your families out, expose them to us and to that good feeling of being amongst the Muslims and what we represent and what we believe and why we believe it and how it impacts who we are and how we present ourselves in the society and when we're amongst each other, because that's the dawah that the brother was just sharing with us about.
yes, yes. And don't forget, 12-week Dawa course link is in the chat. Hit it up, register, please, and let's get busy. It is happening. Benefits of the course. We went through that. It's 3 months, 12 weeks, once a week, 2 hours per class. You can't go wrong, inshallah. So let's get any last comments. Any last comment from Sheikh Khalid before we sign off?
Well, we just ask Allah to put barakah in our lives.
I mean,
and with our families, our wives, and our children, and our offsprings. And we pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will bring seeds from our offsprings to carry this message on, because we're only here temporarily. So we need those who are coming behind us to take a stand. So we're praying Allah will bring from our offsprings, as He brought from the offsprings of Ibrahim alayhi salam, the righteous predecessors that can carry this deen on, because we're not going to be here forever. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put barakah in what we're doing. I'd like to make a small dua. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. اللهم صل وسلم أفضل الصلاة وأزكى السلام على سيدنا ومولانا محمد من أرسلته رحمة للأنام وعلى آله وأصحابه وأزواجه وذرياته وأهل البيت السادة الكرام، صلاة تحل بها العقد وتفك به الكرب وترغم بها عدو الحسدى، صلاة أرقى بها مراك الإخلاص ونال بها غاية اختصاص، صلاتك الذي سليت عليه دائمة بدوامك باقية ببقاء عدد من أحاط بعلمك وجرى به قلمك. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Ameen. Inshallah, we gotta come out to Medina, man. We first gotta do our rights. And then we gotta
come on with it, Aki. Waiting on y'all.
You gotta get the whole crew ready. You gotta get the whole crew out there, Aki.
Yeah, come on through, brother. Blessing to see y'all here.
I mean.
Yes.
Yes. Definitely. We appreciate it always, Sheikh Khalid Amin, for your time, for what you do, for the efforts that you bring, and may Allah continue to bless us all, in our efforts and reunite us, in this life and the next, with our loved ones. for our loved ones,
Ameen.
with those who passed. And inshallah, we will be making our rights to this year. My intention, at least, and I think the team's intention, I can't speak for the team, but at least my intention is we need to go to the house. We need to get
Yes,
to the
sir.
house this year.
Don't make us put you under FOI arrest now. We'll do that. We still have some of them soldiers around now.
Not the FOI arrest, Aki.
Yes, sir, brother.
I don't even know what that. I don't even want to know what.
You don't want to know.
You don't want to know what that is. You don't want to know what that is.
Alhamdulillah. Until next time, everyone. Peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Legacy, legacy, brothers and sisters, let's celebrate. Legacy, legacy, Muslim Journal, 60 years today. Legacy, legacy, our history, our perspective, our way. Legacy, legacy, Islam is our path, success away. Legacy, legacy, visit MuslimJournal.net online. Legacy, legacy, text sponsor the 999. Legacy, legacy, 999. Legacy, legacy, MuslimJournal.net online. Legacy, legacy, brothers and sisters, let's celebrate. Legacy, legacy, Muslim Journal, 60 years today. Legacy, legacy, our history, our perspective, our way. Legacy, legacy, Islam is our path, success away. Legacy, legacy, visit MuslimJournal.net online. Legacy, legacy, text sponsor the 999. Legacy, legacy, 999. Legacy, legacy, MuslimJournal.net online.